Genesis chapter 18. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance to his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed and then go on your way. Now that you have come to your servant. Very well, they answered. Do as you say. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. Quick, he said, get three sahs of the finest flour and knead it and bake some bread. Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice, a tender calf, and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. Then brought some curds and milk and the calf that he had been prepared, and set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. Where is your wife Sarah? They asked him. There in the tent, he said. Then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son. Now Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, after I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? Then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did laugh. When the men got up to leave, they looked down toward Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a great nation and a powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin is grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know. The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, If I have if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I have been so bold, as to speak to the Lord, though I am nothing but dust and ashes. What if the number of the righteous is 5 less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there, he said, I will not destroy it. Once again he spoke to him, what if only 40 are found there? He said, for the sake of 40 I will not do it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found there? He answered, I will not do it if I find 30 there. Abram said, now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there? He said, for the sake of 20 I will not destroy it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10 I will not destroy it. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home. Word of the Lord, Genesis chapter 18. Wow, this is a great story. This is a very interesting conversation between Abraham and the Lord. I've learned a lot of things about this chapter. First is um, the treatment of Abraham to the men, which can be the angels of the Lord, since that they are the one who will visit Abraham, the Sodom, and Abraham treated them as like visitors. Um, Nowadays, there are few visitations that we can see in the internet of angels who are showing up, but we don't know until we experience this. But as for the story itself, it shows here the Lord appeared to Abram near the great trees of Mamre while he was eating. So it was the Lord who appeared to Abraham, but Abraham saw only 3 men. And if we notice at the latter part of this chapter, it shows here that the 3 men, see here, the Lord said, um, like this. The men got up to leave. They looked down toward Sodom, and Abram walked along with them to see them. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from who is about to do the great nation? Let's see here. The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. So, in this part, is it one of the 3 men is the Lord? So, if Abraham received 3 men as his visitors, and then the Lord remained standing, or the Lord uh, stayed with Abraham for a while. It says here in verse 22, the men turned away and went towards Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. So is it one of those 3 is the Lord? So only 2 went away, and one of them, which is the Lord, stayed with Abraham for a while. I don't know. So may possibly, because one of them says here, before here, one of them says here on verse 10, then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son. So very interesting, right? So it's really like, a very beautiful scene between God and Abraham. So if we think of it, Abraham was really blessed. Like, he saw the Lord during this time. If we will just base it from this story. But yeah, that's one part of this chapter which is so good to think. You know, the appearance of the Lord to Abraham, and of course, it's just very good to know that the Lord really respect human, and pay attention, listen. He listens to human. He um, he considered the opinions of human. So here, I want to say about Sarah also, laughing at the Lord. The Lord knows that she is laughing, but she lied. So in our life right now as well, though we knew that this is bad, and we've experienced this. We've been Christians for like a decade now, and there was this time that we're about to get a house. And though we've been Christians for so long, and we know we've attended a lot of Bible studies, doesn't mean that we can really avoid sinning. And this is because of our um, selfishness. Here Sarah was afraid, so she was being selfish because she was afraid of her life, even though there's nothing to be afraid of. She lied because of that. And during our experiences, on our experience as well, we've lied about our salary. Not a big lie though, but still, small or big, still it's a lie. That's for us to get the house. So yeah, and then we just realized it, when we had hard time paying for the mortgage. So we've humbled ourselves to the Lord and asked for forgiveness. And the Lord is good. He allowed us to keep the house, and you know we are now in that house living. And the Lord is the one who is providing for the mortgage. That's a cool story, and very encouraging. So sometimes we do that in our life. Situation comes and we're afraid, so we lied. And always remember that the Lord knew it before we do it. The Lord knew it already, that we're going to lie, we're going to do mistakes. So the Lord is not shocked about it. He's not surprised. So just repent and ask for forgiveness. That's all we can do. That's the least that we can do, because we can't do nothing about our nature. We Lord changed us, but still our nature is human. We are in a human flesh, and from time to time there's a battle within us, and we gave up most of the time. So just humble yourself. The Lord knew everything. And yeah, and also here the story of the the Lord talking to Abraham. So yeah, based from the story, the man went away, and the Lord remained with Abraham. So possibly one of those three men is the Lord. And yeah, we can see here that the Lord was thinking out loud, you know, about his plan to destroy Sodom. And he was saying to himself, will I really, hide it from Abraham? So he decided that since that he made a covenant with Abraham, then he will disclose this information to Abraham. So he told Abraham what he's about to do. And lo and behold, Abraham was trying to bargain and trying to persuade the Lord not to destroy the city, because Abraham knew that Lot is there in or Lot was there in Sodom. So Lot will be a casualty. But the Lord is good. We'll see in the next chapter of this verse how the Lord deal with Lot. Now, moving forward, this part here, latter part of chapter 18, shows how Abraham did the conversation with the Lord, and it was really, a nice conversation. The Abraham asked if there's 50, then going down to 45, 50 people, going down to 45, 40, 30, 20, and then 10. So how many are those? 55, 50, 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, and 10. So six numbers, six rebuttals, to the Lord. But the Lord said, if I found 10 for the last time, if I found righteous 10 righteous people in Sodom, I will not destroy it. But yeah, it was destroyed. So Abraham knew that there was no 10 people in that city that can be found righteous. So let's find it out in the next chapter. But the good thing about this, that I think I will share to you, is that the Lord listens to people, to to Abraham during this time, and during this nowadays, um, he's listening to those people who believe in him, who wanted to speak to him. During this time that Abraham was not um, did not die speaking to the Lord. He was not being judged by the Lord. The Lord did not tell him that, hey, you're just a human and you're a sinful human, so don't argue with me like that. So he accepted what Abraham was trying to say to him. Though the Lord knew everything already, he did not tell Abraham that, hey, don't bargain with me, I know everything, and he did not stop Abraham from speaking up. So this is the character of the Lord. He listens to us. Though he knew everything, he knew what you're about to say, he won't stop us from telling him. The Lord loves to hear what we are saying. So come, always come to the Lord in prayer, in reading His Word, and talk to Him. Tell Him everything. Tell what you feel. Tell what are your suggestions. And the Lord would love to do a conversation with us. That's so really nice, right? That's really, a very pleasing to our feeling, very comforting, and I know you would love to experience that and to feel that way with the Lord. So the Lord is really very nice, and yeah. So basically, that's what happened to this chapter, and we'll see in the next chapter. It's very interesting how the Lord will deal with Sodom and with Lot. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.